Gotcha!
With F1 having been out for 2 weeks, it has given me plenty of time to get to grips with the intricacies of the game and attempt to give an accurate review. With the 2015 version of the game being incredibly light on content, with no co-op mode and no creative driver option, it left many fans screaming for more. Thankfully, Codies have listened to the fans out there and answered all of our prayers. F1 2016 is, in my opinion, the best F1 game that I have played. So, let's start at the beginning. The game modes. You have the standard quick race, time trial, championship career, which sees you taking an already accustomed F1 driver out into the career mode. Then you've got 2 versions of the career mode, and then you've got your multiplayer options. If we dip into the career mode for a brief moment to explain why there are 2 versions, you have the option to start a career and a pro career, with the latter being a full race weekend with everything on the hardest difficulty setting that you can get. This mode is not for the faint-hearted, and also for those who have a lot of time to spend playing the game and perfecting your craft. Then there's the standard career mode, which is where you will spend a large chunk of your time. This allows you to edit the settings for the race weekend, from the length of practice sessions to the type of qualifying you take part in, as well as the race length. There are a bucket load of settings that you can change, including safety cars, as well as taking part in the formation lap to warm up your tyres before the famous 5 lights. You can dive into your assists and how much help you want from the game, and to suit a driving style for you. I'm not going to spend too much time going into the ins and outs of each setting and what you can and can't change, as I want to get into the driving, which is where the game shines. So once you're into your first practice session, you get the option to take part in some development programs to gain resource points, which are used later to improve your car's performance. So first up is track acclimatization, which is simply a series of gates you've got to drive through at optimal speed to gain points. The more points you get on one lap gives you a ranking, and this is then converted into resource points. Second is the tyre wear program. Take the preferred tyres onto the track and head around trying to stay off the curbs and conserve as much life in your tyres as possible, all the while trying to beat a lap time set by your race engineer. And finally, we have the qualifying pace program. This is a 3-lap stint where you have to beat a lap time, once again given by your race engineer. The fourth section gives you 5 objectives that can range from setting a fast lap sector time to simply deploying your DRS. In total, completing all of these objectives, you can gain up to 175 points to spend on developing your car to increase its performance. The career gives you 10 years to develop your chosen team and either take McLaren back to the glory days, or to make Mercedes more dominant than they have been in recent years. So how is the racing, I hear you screaming? Well, quite simply, it's fantastic. However, if you do play the game on anything less than hard, the AI are a bit, how can you describe it, clumsy. They follow the same lines and they don't tend to react if you are trying an overtake. Quite simply, they suck. However, turn the difficulty up to hard and it's a totally different experience. Cars are more racy, overtaking each other, crashing into each other and causing major pile-ups. This is where the game excels. You have a real feeling that if you make a simple mistake, you could potentially be taken out of the race altogether. But it's okay if you do. Flashbacks making a reappearance. Make a mistake and the game gives you the ability to rewind time and go back to before the incident and try again, unless obviously you have them switched off. If the incident is particularly big, then a safety car might come out. However, in my 2 weeks playing the game and spending a lot of time in the barriers, I am yet to see the safety car come out. Yellow flags are in abundance though. Go off track and the game will issue a yellow flag to warn oncoming cars that there is a slow car. That's you. It's difficult to accurately describe in words something that you must really experience for yourself when playing the game. It is quite simply the most accurate representation of a Formula 1 race, or at least the feeling I get when I'm watching it on TV. Your engineer gives you feedback often, and sometimes this can get annoying, but you have the option to tell him to shut up in your voice comms. However, these are sketchy at best. Quite often your race engineer will come on the radio and tell you there is an updated strategy you can use, and 50% of the time you call to accept the strategy, but the system mishears you and you end up staying on the one that you are currently going on. It's not very intuitive when you want to find something out, so unless you have memorised the 20-ish sayings you have, you can end up taking your eyes off the track and ending up in the barrier, but that's okay. Flashback! I could bend your ear for ages talking about career mode, but I think it's time to move on to the multiplayer experience. Full 22 car grids are in force. Don't have enough human controlled players for a full grid, just fill them with AI. Two main online options are here, just join a quick game or take on a full or custom championship. Do you and a friend want to take on a whole season? Not a problem. Go into the online championship section and create one. Pick a team and get racing with a custom length race weekend. It all adds up to a great online system. Once you get onto the track with other humans, it's great fun. Yes, you get accidents as people of varying degrees of racecraft, but in general you do not get the persistent sideswiping that you get with the likes of Project Cars and Drive Club. Mainly because if someone tries to swipe you at you, it often ends up with them being spun out as well as yourself, effectively ruining their race. Once again, all the assist options are there for you to play with and tweak as well as weather. Don't want there to be any chance of collisions, and just turn them off. Simples. F1 2016 is the ultimate depiction of the Formula 1 world, from racing around the beautiful tracks of such as Monaco and Yas Marina to the traditional tracks of Silverstone and Melbourne. The game delivers on pretty much every level you could wish for. My only concern is where can we go from here? Just what are Codemasters going to do to give us an even better game next year? I wait with bated breath.